Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to analyze forecast next week goal forecast for your next week goal trading. So last week our Telegram group goal trading community made good profit from the goal trading. You can join with Telegram, link is below, and make good profit from the goal trading. So let's see what will happen on gold next week. So I am in a 4 hour chart technically set up. So this pattern, left shoulder head and the right shoulder, I have mentioned this pattern in last week weekly my video, and price dropped to the below side, so I have mentioned this sell setup. So gold price made new all-time high 3165 is the last week made new all-time high price. This is also fake out with the technical setup. So Donald Trump's traffic applies with the countries, and the trade war activities is the main reason for gold demand, and this is the fake out last week technically set up. So let's see what is the next week. I am going to the line chart. This is the interesting things for our technical setup. This is the interesting pattern I am seeing here. Technically this is higher high and this is the lower low price created. So this is the lower low price created. This is the famous pattern QM Quasimodo sell setup is there with the 4 hour technically chart. So I am seeing this the reversal pattern last week was continuing. That's the this area is the QM sell area 3135 area. This is the line chart. So I am again going to the candlestick chart. So now I am going to the candlestick chart. You can see this setup. So with the candlestick chart, I am now going to, this is the candlestick chart. You can see that this QM sell area in 3130 area, this area is your sell opportunity last week with the technically picture for our chart. So next week, that's the two scenarios can be happen. You can see below trend line, so price break out the below trend line with this setup. So this trend line can be retest area. This is the 3050 area. So this is the breakout this trend line, and the next week can be price retest this area so before sell continuation. So like this retest and again can be drop with the technically setup. This so 3050 area is the important zone next week. Big that's the trend line rejected area, and the below support area is the 3000 is the big support area. So buy gold in next week. So that's the technically setup indicates, and the other scenario is the price not drop from this trend line. So like this, so not drop from this trend line and break out to the upside retest. That is your buy a opportunity in 3050 area. So target is the 3080 upper side next week. That's the can be two scenarios with the technical setup for our chart. So let's see the what is the important economic events in next week. So this area 3050 area is the interesting zone I am seeing in next week goal trading. So let's see the Forex factory. That's the 10th April. That's the US inflation yearly report is there. That's the more volatile economic events. That's the more valuable economic event. 2.8% is the previous CPI yearly report. So Fed American Central Bank forecast to drop to 2.6%. So Fed's inflation target 2%. So inflation drop expectation next week. So Fed Watch Tool website so shows that's the May FOMC meeting 70% rate post forecast is the that's showing, and the June FOMC meeting Fed Watch Tool shows 66% rate cutoff forecast. So inflation will drop to 2.6% or below. That the will help to rate cutoff increase, and that will help to goal push to the upside. That's the one thing. So inflation drop, and that will help to gold push to the upside as well. That's the first thing I am seeing in the inflation report. So other side is the inflation report not drop to the 2.6%. That's the 2.8 or above. That will help to gold price push to the downside with the dollar demand. So other side, so this is the two options within inflation report next week imported. The FX Street website mentioned gold price slides as Powell warns on tariff driven inflation. So last week Fed speech is the hawkish tone, so that has the gold price dropped to the below side with the Fed hawkish tone in last week. So inflation driven with the tariff driven to inflation. That's the Powell mentioned. So inflation increase that will help to gold drop to the below side. So target is the 3000 below side target, and the first support zone is the technically also 3000 is the big support zone. So that is the 4-hour chart indicates technically an interesting economic events is the US inflation report next week. So I am going to now daily chart. So daily chart, what is the point you should forecast? So I am going to daily chart. You can see the gold price is in uptrend. So last week is the daily. Last week Friday, big red candle. You can see this trend line is the daily chart. Is I am using. This is the interesting trend line with the daily chart. So this daily chart indicates this trend line breakout retest, that is sell opportunity. Price can be bounced from this trend line again, pushed to the can be pushed to upside with the Donald Trump's tariff applies to the country. So the left shoulder head, this can be a right shoulder in next week with the daily chart technically set up. So two interesting zones. So I am hoping so break out this trend line, that is the sell opportunity and price. This area 3050 area is the also trend line area. So interesting two zones. 3000 area is the big support zone in next week, and the 3050 area is the big resistance area in next week. That's the interesting two zones in next week. You should touch with the gold trading. So my telegram link is below. That's the community, that's a gold trading and make good profit. So always update with the fundamentals and combine with the technically setups to gold trading. So link is below. You can join with it and make good profit from the gold trading. So thank you very much.